Hi, I'm Keith Boyle. I'm the CEO of Newfound Gold Corporation. We have assets in Newfoundland, on the island of Newfoundland, and we've got our Queensway asset, which is our flagship, and recently acquired Hammerdown gold project that we're ramping up gold production there now, and a fully permitted mill and tailings over at Pine Cove. Lots of exploration upside with a vast property package in a very high grade gold district.
Keith, good to see you. You've put out a news release today. It's about a PEA and a mineral resource estimate for Hammerdown. First of all, why a PEA?
Well, you're right. The previous management had put out a feasibility study back in 2022. They focused on the Hammerdown deposit alone. It's quite a vast property package between Hammerdown and the Pine Cove property, where there are lots of, one, historic deposits, and two, even historic mines that were not looked at from the angle of potential. And so we felt it necessary to step back and look at the entire asset package and say, you know what, we've got some additional deposits that there are resources on them. They were historic and now we've brought them current. And so look at a broader evaluation of that potential for us to then move forward and prioritize how we're going to execute on developing that potential in the future.
But remind me exactly why you've kind of started here. It's like it doesn't seem like a very big project. I think a lot of people will be looking at this going, well, hang on, you've got all this, high grade gold everywhere. What does this solve for you?
Hammerdown in itself, I'll say the previous study was somewhat entrepreneurial or optimistic. And so having the experience as an operator, I looked at it and said, hang on, let's, put the right parameters around it, the block sizes, etc. So what, we got was a nice little operation at Hammerdown. It's not why we looked at Maritime as a whole. We wanted the mill and tailings for Queensway. That's what we were shooting for. And so, yes, having production is good, a small production and cash flow, but really it's accelerating our Queensway Phase 1 so that we can, we'll be expanding the Pine Cove mill, doubling its size to 1,400 tons a day from the current 700 it is. And by doing that, we're able to accelerate our Queensway Phase 1 production and really gain almost 3 years on a timeline so that we can get that high grade to market at these gold prices.
Okay, so it's an end in itself in the sense that this isn't the main game. The idea is you wanted the mill. So I was going to ask the question, so why bother kind of getting into production? What's that going to do to you, financially, and where do you throw that money if you do create money?
Well, yeah, so you look at the Queensway PEA that we put out in July, and that PEA identified Phase 1 at 69,000 ounces a year. So just so easy maths, call it 70. And if you look at the all-in sustaining, somewhere around $1,300. Well, when you start looking at what that margin is at today's gold price, that'll generate over $200 million a year at today's gold price. Guess what? That, you start pushing that amount of money out 3 years because you've got to go through a much different process to build a mill on site. That's a big difference. And for us, that extra 3 years would have meant more dilution to shareholders and less opportunity for an increase in share price, shareholder return.
Okay. Understood. And so I'm looking at the Hammerdown Gold Project as a whole with Pine Cove, obviously, as a mechanism to obviously unlock the potential at Queensway? Because the Queensway, you're aiming for production.
So at Queensway, we're, our timeline at Queensway is to expand the mill at Pine Cove through the rest of this year and into next year, so that we can then ship by the end of 27 the first mineralization over to Pine Cove by the end of 27. And when I say ship a truck 270 kilometers, when I say that, what we're trucking is 700 tons a day at between 9 and 10 grams a ton on average. So, it's a substantial amount of gold.
This year kind of seems kind of packed with a lot of deliverables, a lot of things that your team's going to have to execute. You kind of got a mine ramp up, you got the ore sorter install, you got Pine Cove ramp, you got exploration that's the big thing that draw for a lot of people, and obviously Queensway advancement here. Do you have to kind of keep? How's the team? Have you got enough of them? What more do you need to do this year to kind of make sure that you can execute on all of the above?
So the short answer is we have the right team in place. That was a lot of the work that we did last year, was getting the right team in place. First, Rob Asobgi, our COO, has lots of horsepower, has done, brought operations into production and has operated mines before, build. And so with that, we recently announced the hiring of WSP as our EPCM contractor. I had a meeting with them last week to get caught up on where they're at on delivering on that Pine Cove expansion in Queensway. And more, at the end of last year, or right after we took over in November at the Hammerdown operation, we put in a manager that we had in-house over at Hammerdown, and he's leading the effort in the ramp up. So we have all the right people in place. And one thing I think to note that we're talking about mines that are 700 tons a day. They're not big. There's not a lot of moving bodies at these operations, so you can focus on at Hammerdown. It's all about grade control and getting those processes in place. Unfortunately, Newfoundland has had a lot of snow, so it's put a bit of hampered those efforts in January, but we're seeing some positive results out of Hammerdown ramp up this month.
Okay, there's a lot of execution, but there's sort of kind of, in terms of the business focus, it's like we're going to generate some cash to release another cash generating vehicle in the shape of Queensway. We are getting after the exploration across the property. Do you feel that the kind of company is kind of focused on the right things? Is this cash what the market wants to hear? I mean, what's the feedback been at this conference, for instance? What do people get excited about when you're talking?
Well, I'll give you the feedback. We actually did some marketing in New York a couple of weeks ago, and then this week, the feedback is, wow, what a great story. Didn't realize what you had here. Queensway, by the end of 2027, generating over $200 million at today's prices. Wow. Best story we've heard in a long time.
Do you think they want to reward you for producing cash rather than just focusing on scale?
Yeah. We've had some questions. So we've had some questions from people that have said, look, why didn't you just go to the big plant right away and not do this phased approach? And, the way I explained it was, I said, the CapEx on a large plant that we had in the PEA was somewhere close to $900 million. Our market cap at the time was only $350, $400 million. So we would have been in a bind to try and raise that kind of capital and not basically double the share count or more in order to raise the capital to build it, let alone it would have taken us till 2031 at least to get that production. So, one, you dilute the shareholders, and two, you delay that cash So today's shareholders would have been, vastly diluted. By doing this, we've got a shot at, at a much higher share price, because now we're very mindful of, the amount of dilution that will come out of this very small, relative to our market cap, raise for the project capital.
So in that sense, do you not mind people perhaps not giving you much value for the asset per se? You're talking about the real value is in the permits, the mine, and the cash flow to release the real, well, I guess the real kind of flagship here, which is getting Queensway in the cash flow as well. Is that, again, is that what you're hearing, or would you like people to actually maybe value Hammerdown on the asset as well?
Two items I think that like for us as Newfound Gold, when we looked at the asset, there were two things that we were focused on. One, we had access to the permitted mill and tailings. That saved us 2, maybe 3 years on Queensway. And second, the synergies between the two were such that what we're learning in ramping up Hammerdown now, all those same skills, that's a 700 ton a day open pit mine. We're moving that same team, or the learnings from that, over to Queensway next year. It's a 700 ton a day open pit mine. That's the real value in what we've acquired, if you will, by bringing Queensway forward. Yes, we have gold production, and that's helped in the discussions of the project financing facility that we're in discussions with now, because we have production and we'll have cash flow. So much more secure in terms of being able to put that facility in place. So a lot of good advantages, and I'm not even talking about the cash flow that'll come from Hammerdown in its on its own.
Look, you put together this kind of build team. You built, what do you own, 6, 7 mines, right? Have you ever had to do it this way? How much does the market influence the way that you've had to come at this versus, say, single asset, single build, there you go, deliver it to market at whatever size? Is this sort of harder for people to kind of wrap their head around because of the kind of multiple stages and the multiple moving parts?
Listen, I've actually got I'll call them the experience wrinkles, having done single asset builds twice now, and the risk is in if you only have the one asset. With 2 assets like this, we're in a way better position than if it was only the single asset.